Hi friends, Simit here from InformedTrades.com. Today's 20th, 2014. I apologize for our late. We've had a number of technical issues yesterday and today. For those of you just joining us, this is a session in which I review 20 daily Forex charts, the daily chart on each 20-some Forex pairs, share the trades I'm placing, and the moves I'm making in the markets. If the terminology I'm using is not familiar to you, if you want to explore other styles of trading, other markets, check us out at InformedTrades.com. We have a whole bunch of learning material. Register as a member, join our community, and we can all learn together. Okay, let's get started with the charts. Okay. There we go. So right now on the screen is a euro-dollar chart. Dollar has rallied significantly after the FOMC meeting yesterday, in which Federal Reserve Chairperson Janet Yellen has basically announced that the tightening would occur at a faster speed than was originally anticipated, and a rate hike might occur by summer of 2015. So the dollar sort of rallied from that. Let's go to the positions that I have on at the moment. I have 4 positions on at the moment. None of them are at break even. As I've mentioned in other videos, I really want I don't want to risk more than 1%, and I put on 0.25% per trade. So I don't want to risk more than 1%. Let's actually load my save charts here. Okay, I don't want to risk more than 1% of my account balance at a given time, and if all my stops get hit, I don't want account balance to fall by more than 1%. Let's take a look at Euro Swiss, which is the pair that's doing best for me at the moment. Let's go to the daily chart. Okay, so yesterday we closed above the orange line, so I will move my stop to break even. So that frees up some risk for me. If my stop gets hit, then I won't lose any money. Of course, I won't gain any money, but at least I won't lose any money. My stop is now at 21.42 on Euro Swiss. Okay, that's Euro Swiss. Now we can look at pound yen. Okay, I am long pound yen and am slightly in the money. If we zoom in a little more, we might get a clear idea. Let's still zoom in a little more. 1, 2. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I entered at the black line, stop at the red line here. A little in the money. Let's see if we can clear the 50 simple moving average. That'd be a major level to clear. And let's also put the break even line. So when I put on trade, I like to, enter the stop, enter the target profit, my target and my entry point, as well as the level that I will move to break even. I usually denote this with a thinner line. Make it dashed, make it orange. There we go. Okay. So, and this is, I sort of regard this as a minor resistance level. We have some resistance here, we have some resistance here. If the market can rally above this level as well, the 50 simple moving average, if the market can rally above that level, I will move my stop to break even. The rationale is that if the market can close above that level, that becomes a new support level, which makes it safe for me to move my stop from this one to up a little bit. So that's sort of the idea on pound yen. Not out of the woods just yet. Definitely that 50 simple moving average is a bit formidable. Let's see how that fares. Okay, on the trade I have on at the moment is Aussie Dollar. Okay, I'm short Aussie Dollar, short at that black line. My stop is at that red line. So the position is a little in the money. But as you can see, the orange line is still about 130 pips away or so. So we still have a little bit of room to the downside before I can move my stop to break even. There are also some signs that an uptrend is forming. We have a pattern of higher lows here. 1, 2, 3. We actually have a trend line of sorts we might be able to draw. I will illustrate it here. Yeah. So you can see we have a bit of a trend line, so it'd be really useful to break below this. That should give a little more momentum to the downside, but we'll see. In any event, part of me is tempted to close out the trade, and maybe I will, just close out the trade real quick here. Um, Normally I don't like to close out trades early, but in this particular instance, it's not looking that bearish to me. Definitely price hasn't behaved as I expected it to. In fact, I think I am going to go ahead and close that out. Let's actually take a look at what it looks like on the 4-hour chart. Yeah, this looks like it's more of a time to buy than a time to be shorting. So let me actually buy in a way to close out my short position. Okay, so I've closed out my Aussie dollar trade there for basically break even, a very small profit, fairly insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Um, okay, so that's that. We looked at pound yen, we looked at Aussie dollar. Now we're looking at CAD yen. So at this point, I have 3 positions on, one of whom his stop is at break even, so that gives me a little more risk tolerance to try on a new position. Here I entered at the black line. My stop is at the red line, so we're kind of close to my stop. Price action here is not looking too good, but it is what it is. I don't want to take any action. We're pretty close to stop anyway. So let's see what happens from here. Okay, so that does it for the trades I have on at the moment. Like I mentioned, it comes down to now 3 trades on at the moment, 2 of whom the stop is at break even. Okay, Euro Aussie. Okay. Um. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think there's a. I mean, to me, the trend is still bullish on this one. So it's a question: do I want to buy it? Not really. We'll come back to this. I've been preferring Aussie Swiss lately instead of Euro Aussie. Um, I think a move to 50.15 would be a much better, much more interesting buying opportunity. And to me, the Australian dollar still looks like it might be in an uptrend now. So I'm not sure I want to short this. Let's take a look at what Aussie Swiss looks like when we get there. Euro Canada. No, still need a pullback. Great uptrend, just need to pull back. Hopefully, 52 maybe, the top of that channel. Euro Swiss, we already looked at. We're in this trade. So far, so good on that. Euro Pound. Okay. So this ended up being a great short opportunity. We had sort of mentioned that. We had mentioned a bunch of things right around here. Um, let's see what it looks like on the 4-hour chart. Yeah, I'd really like to short at 84, 83.90, right around there. Yeah. Well, let's see if we get a little more of a range. If we can pull back to 83.90. That'd be an interesting level to short from. I think I'll hold off for the time being until get a little bit candlesticks get a little clearer. Euro yen. Okay. Yeah, we can pull back to 137.80. That's sort of the level that I have in mind. It's a major. You can see it on the weekly chart. We've highlighted this before. It's really just a wonderful level. You can see it, back here. The market really has been reversing from 137.80. If we get another pullback there, it'd be an opportunity. I think it's really interesting. Okay, so that's Euro Yen. Euro Kiwi. Hmm. This pair, yeah, I recently got stopped out on a Euro Kiwi trade. Now, it looks like it's kind of at support, but we have this sharp trend line right here. So we'll see. Maybe if we can form a little more of a trading range and break above this trend line, it might be a buying opportunity. I will wait a little bit longer on Euro Kiwi. Moving to the pound. Pound Aussie. Okay, this is a little interesting. Hmm. We do have a downward trend line here, so that's not the most favorable. And also, Australian dollar still looks like it's getting ready to rally. So I'd want to be shorting this pair and not going long it. Descending triangle here too. So I will skip this trade, even though it's interesting that it's at support, and I was sort of waiting for this. I think a bearish trend has developed in the Australian dollar, and sometimes that happens. Sometimes you're waiting for the pullback, and it becomes a bearish trend. So in that case, or because I have that suspicion, I will at very least wait. Pound Canada, great uptrend here. Just need more of a pullback. You have to find that balance between a pullback and the change in trend. And that's where the deeper parts of price action analysis really become beneficiary or beneficial. Understanding things like swing high, swing low, and those types of patterns. Pound Swiss. Okay, so we did rally from here, and I was thinking about that, but ultimately I didn't want to. I wanted to sort of get back in this channel, which we now are. Um, But these crosses are still a little too choppy for me often, and in this case, that definitely is holding true for pound Swiss. So I'll pass on pound Swiss. Pound yen. Oh yeah, I am long pound yen already, long at that black line. So we'll see how that fares. Pound Kiwi. Okay, price is rallying here, although it's still. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from this. A little too range bound and not really a clear. Let's see what it looks like on the weekly chart. Yeah, it's just not that clear to me where we're headed here. So I'll stay away. It could be an interesting range play, but if so, I'd rather wait for it to fall to 88.75 if it does at all. Um, so I think I was a little too aggressive with my Euro Kiwi trade, and that sort of hurt me last time. Um, these crosses, I think it's okay to, I'll probably be passing. If the trend isn't clear, which is often the case with a lot of these crosses because they're so volatile, it's of course better to pass. Sometimes I forget that, but then you put on a losing trade and you get reminded. Pound dollar. Um, okay. Yeah, uptrend here. So it's potentially interesting buying opportunity, but let's see if we can find a support level to buy at. 65.80 seemed like it would be one. And it's a good thing I didn't enter. I was thinking about entering here, but clearly the price fell through that. Um, so maybe somewhere around here would be an interesting buying opportunity. We'll see. In any event, I want to see the reversal candlesticks first. So nothing yet on the pound. It has been declining. I think there may be an opportunity shaping up to buy the pound at some point, but not yet. Let's go to the US dollar, dollar Canada. Okay, this keeps rallying, so not getting. We have any pullback to the 50 simple moving average, or this pullback here works out well. This one here works out well. Um, Other than that, I was briefly thinking about shorting it, and just goes to show you, counter trend trading can really mess things up. This is dollar Canada, dollar Swiss. So I'm still interested in counter trend trading, but I need to be more careful with it. Maybe I'll just skip it altogether because it hasn't been working out for me. So we'll see. Continue thinking about it, continue improving. I'm sure there's a way. It may take me a while. If so, just keep at it, keep learning, keep making mistakes and learning. Of course, hopefully, doing on a demo account, that might be an idea. Of course, we still want to be making money while we're learning. Dollar Swiss. in a clear downtrend here. This is interesting. Getting close to dollar Swiss looks like it's going to be a really nice opportunity soon if we can get all the way back to 89.03. We've been waiting for this and finally had a couple of big candles. So let's see if we can go a little bit further. If we can get to 89.03, we are now about 50 pips away from that. That could be an interesting short opportunity. So keep an eye on that going forward. Dollar yen. Bounced off support big time yesterday. That would have been a good trade to be in on. But I have exposure via pound yen and Canada yen. So let's see if either one of those works out. I don't need additional yen exposure at this time. And dollar Singapore. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow, huge rally in dollar Singapore. Let's actually zoom out a bit here. Huh. Well, I was thinking about shorting at this level. That clearly would have been a mistake, but of course we had the big candlestick, huge candlestick, big rally in the dollar. So this is a little unclear to me at the moment. Let's look at the weekly chart. Okay, it looks a little bullish. If we can, especially if we can follow this bottom blue line, that'd be interesting. But now at this point, I'm more interested in going long. Yeah, so if we can get a pullback to, right here, 127.06, that could be an interesting buying opportunity. I previously thought of it as a short opportunity, although with this price action, I think the trend is clearly reversed. So we'll see. Delete this one. Oh, actually, I take it back. I don't want to see a pullback to at least 126.65 or so. So that's dollar Singapore. Let's go to Canadian dollar. Canada Swiss. Downtrend. Let's see if we have a pullback we can trade here. Canada yen. Oh yeah, we're in this trade already. Not working out too great for me. So pass on Canada yen. Let's go to the Australian dollar pairs now. Aussie Canada. This pair has been soaring, so broke right through that resistance level here. Let's see. Now, if we get a pullback, this could be an interesting buying opportunity potentially. If we get a pullback to 103.06. Now we're at a support level. We're in the price channel. Could be an interesting buying opportunity. So the Australian dollar is still looking bullish here too, which is also something that I think is worth noting. Aussie Swiss. Zoom in a little more. Okay, this could be a interesting short, potentially, is what I'm thinking. Or going long Euro Aussie. So I still see that opportunity. Last time I did it, stopped at a break even. Okay, so I don't want to go short here because we're seeing significant strength on the 4-hour chart. I'll continue to keep an eye on this. Definitely not the time to trade now. And it still looks like it might be getting ready to head higher. So I see the argument for being bullish or bearish here as some type of I don't have a clear. I can see both sides of the argument. So in that instance, you either find a way to trade the volatility, or you don't trade. So I'll just pass on Aussie Swiss and Euro Aussie for the time being. Aussie yen. I don't really have any more room for yen exposure. If it falls to 88.09, we could possibly consider buying Aussie yen. Until then, I'll stick to other yen pairs. Aussie Kiwi. Yeah, this looks like a great short, beautiful downtrend here. If we can come back to the top of this channel, go back to 107.50, that'd be an interesting short opportunity. So still just waiting on Aussie Kiwi. Aussie Dollar. Okay. Um, yeah, I just closed out because this looks like, my thought here is now it's bullish. So I just closed this out for a minuscule profit. Um, yeah, nothing really here. I think the Australian dollar is I'm seeing too many bullish signs, so I don't want to short this pair at the time being. Even with the announcement from the dollar yesterday, we didn't see much of a rally in Aussie US, so that sort of tells us, I think there's really some momentum behind the Australian dollar. And let's see if the short opportunity there is over. Kiwi Canada, great uptrend. Like we're seeing a lot of Canadian dollar pairs, just not getting the pullback yet. So it's the same story with all the Canadian dollar pairs. Just waiting for that pullback and a clear uptrend. Kiwi Swiss, very similar to Euro Kiwi, and like that, I want to view this more as a range. So buy the bottom here, sell at the top. I think that's the way I'll look at Kiwi Swiss and probably a lot of other crosses. I have looked at some crosses like that before, and then to me, I thought that it was looking like a trend, but now I think I'll stay with the view that it's range bound. Kiwi Yen. Okay, this is clearly rallying, although I have enough yen exposure. There may be an opportunity to buy here. You could view this as a breakout, now a pullback to buy. Personally, I'd like to see a little more of a pullback to the 50 simple moving average, but it depends on how you're seeing things. Maybe I'll revisit Kiwi yen or dollar yen once if my Canada yen position at the stop gets hit, which looks like it might. So I might have some more room for yen exposure soon, but at this point, not yet. I have 2 yen pairs on, both short the yen, so I don't want to put on another short yen trade. And Kiwi dollar, okay, this is actually, we are getting a little bit of a pullback here. I want to buy Kiwi dollar. Let's see, what would be this would be a really nice, if we can pull back to 83.75, that would be a really nice level. Let me see if there's justification for buying at 85.09. And there is not. So yeah, if it goes to 83.70, that would be a really nice level to buy at. Really good pullback. So we'll see. That's about it. I have 3 trades on at the moment. 2 of them are one of them is at break even, so I have 0.5% risk exposure at the moment. My account overall is slightly in the money, but almost at break even basically. And that's about it. That does it for the trading today. Sorry for the late start and the missed video yesterday due to technical issues. We'll be back tomorrow. If you have any questions, anything you want to add, join us at InformedTrades.com. Thanks and best of luck in your trading.